It's now 6 o'clock right here on Big Breakfast, Today FM, today's hit music.
Hey, I'm Pauline.
And I'm Alan. Tune in to the Breakfast Show on Today FM with Pauline and I every weekday morning.
From 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Right here on Today FM, today's hit music.
Today FM, today's hit music.
This bulletin changes to top FBC TV management positions. Public Accounts Committee holds first meeting. And 50 youths gear up for Youth Parliament. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. There have been changes in key management positions at Fiji Television Limited. The current head of news and sports, Jeffrey Smith, has been appointed as acting chief executive, replacing Tevita Ngonelevu. And Karen Lobendan, who was manager content, is now acting head of content, replacing Tanya Wanganika. FHL chief executive Nozab Farid says the changes are necessary.
We always want the companies to do well and not to well, and to make sure that it does much better than what we wanted in terms of dividends, in terms of returns, in terms of performance. So it is a standard approach. I mean, if we feel that we want to do better and increase the efficiency and effectiveness of a given company, it's a standard approach to restructure the company.
did not divulge why Ngonelevu and Wanganika left, but says their departure is a mutual understanding between the two and the company. Meanwhile, a company announcement on the South Pacific Stock Exchange assures shareholders that FBC TV will continue operating as usual. The Parliamentary Public Accounts Committee will review reports from 2007 to 2009, scrutinised about 2 years ago by the previous committee. PAC Chairman Professor Biman Prasad says the committee will focus on 3 key areas. Maggie Boyle with this report.
With the contentious issue of the chairmanship done and dusted, the hard yards has been the order of the day for a substantive meeting of the Public Accounts Committee.
We had a very good start. We have decided on the dates on which we're going to sit in January, and we have agreed for a draft work plan. And as you can see, the members are all geared up to begin the work in earnest. And today we have decided that we will look at the reports that were prepared by the previous Public Accounts Committee, and that includes reports for 2007, 8 and 9. And when we meet in January, we would be looking at those reports in detail.
Prasad has also ensured the focus of the PAC is confined to 3 key areas.
We feel that the previous Public Accounts Committee did a very good job, and we want to build on those reports. We don't want to duplicate the work. And that is what we plan to do with respect to 2007, 2008 and 2009 reports. And in that sense, it will make our work a bit easier, in the sense that we will have to begin scrutinizing in detail right from scratch the reports from 2010 onwards.
The chairman has commended the previous PAC for giving them a head start on what to look out for.
3 areas are very important. One, of course, is over expenditure. The second one relates to the reconciliation of accounts. And the third one, of course, is procurement and how public tender processes have been utilized. So those are 3 important areas that the previous Public Accounts Committee seemed to have concentrated. And there is no doubt that those areas are very, very important, and we will pursue that as well.
The Public Accounts Committee will resume its review tomorrow, after which the members will meet again later next month. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The Australian government has shown support for the Youth Parliament Forum that will be held in Suva on Thursday. Akusita Tale was at the opening of the forum last night and filed this report.
50 of these young people from all around the country will get the opportunity to sit in the parliament chambers on Thursday. They will get to experience and understand how members of the parliament are accountable to the people.
As young people, you may sometimes find it hard to have a say. You may find that you have plenty of ideas but don't always have the experience or the resources to bring these ideas to fruition. Now don't let this be an obstacle to you. Let this be a challenge.
The Australian government strongly supports this event as it will support young leaders of the future.
This week will give you the opportunity to see what it is like to sit in the Parliament chamber, to soak in the history and understand where Fiji has come from. Importantly, this week is also about where Fiji is headed. Together, you can work to figure out how to get there.
The Speaker of the House, Dr. Chico Luveni, has saluted the youth for recognizing their potentials who have a lot to offer to the country.
Your voice to be part of this forum tells me that you care enough about our nation to take time away from your families and your communities to engage with other young people in the quest towards impacting our nation for the better.
More than 180 applications were received by Aspire Network, the organizers of the Youth Parliament Forum. The youngest participant is 14 years old, while the oldest is 35 years of age. With the theme as embracing and instilling democratic values and promoting young Fijian voice in the development of Fiji, the group will convene in Parliament on Thursday for the forum. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Land that was once earmarked to become Fiji's first studio city is back on the radar. The Itauke Land Trust Board is calling for expressions of interest to develop Yangara in the northwest of Viti Levu. Watisoni Raikandroka reports.
Yangara has been on the agenda of previous governments. There have been plans since 2001 to develop a studio city at its prime location between Tabua and Rakiraki. That did not eventuate and the land has been lying idle. Now all that is changing as the TLTB is calling on interested parties to develop the site.
The requirement of the board are quite clear. They are specified in the tender documents, and it's up to those who are interested to come in and show their interest and demonstrate to us that they could fulfill the requirements.
Getaki says the TLTB will thoroughly consider the tender documents before giving the green light to develop Yangara.
It's very important that that we consider the tenders properly. We have an idea of what should be done, and we also carry out our due diligence process so that whoever is selected to carry out development on these sites are capable, have the capacity and the finance to carry out the works that are required.
There is hope this new process will progress beyond the planning stages and develop into a successful venture that would benefit the province of Ra as well as the rest of the country. Watisoni Raikandroka, FBC News.
CWM Hospital receives much needed equipment. That's coming up.
छू 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 हे हे नमस्ते फीजी, आपके हर एक प्रॉब्लम की दवा लेकर मैं आ गई हूँ 9 से 12 बजे तक आपकी सहेली रेनू। छू 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 40 में 20 का दिखना है। मैं हूँ ना आपके साथ में मिर्ची एफएम पर 9 से 12 बजे तक मंडे टू फ्राइडे। मिर्ची इट्स हॉट।
Welcome back. This is FBC News. 2 people died along with a gunman when police stormed a cafe in Sydney, Australia to end a 16-hour siege. The innocent victims are 34-year-old Lynn Cafe manager Tori Johnson and 30-year-old Katrina Dawson.
The police cordons have now been pulled back a little bit, but there still is a cordon in that marketplace area. Life is coming back to normal in Sydney. Sydney side is a very resilient, and I think this is just going to stop us. We all want to get on with our daily lives. There is a bit of a memorial that has been established on the western side of Martin Place.
All flags in Australia were at half-mast today to mourn the lives of the victims. The Water Authority of Fiji has allocated $20 million next year to improve wastewater infrastructure across the nation. Shireen Lata reports.
This is the first time Water Authority of Fiji is investing a large sum of money in improving the wastewater infrastructure.
Previously, it was all water. There was no wastewater investment. But now, we are doing this together. Water, if we putting more water, giving more water to people, okay, which means, the sinks will get used more, toilets will get flushed more. So we need to build our wastewater infrastructure to receive this, treat it, and let it back in the environment.
Ravai says currently only 30% people residing in Suva are connected to the wastewater pipe, while others depend on septic tanks. He says there's a need to get more people connected to wastewater.
CBD areas like Turek, Rewa Street, some parts of Samambula, Nailoba Road, they still have septic tanks. This is unacceptable in a modern city. Everybody needs to connect to the wastewater, and it's collected and treated.
Improving the wastewater infrastructure is also part of Water Authority of Fiji's 20-year master plan. Shireen Lata, FBC News.
The Australian government has provided biomedical equipment and a refurbished lab for the Colonial War Memorial Hospital in Suva. Australia's new High Commissioner to Fiji, Margaret Toomey, handed over the equipment this morning. It includes lab equipment such as a media preparatory, a bacteria alert chamber, and 6 new incubators. Ellen Stahls has more.
The new equipment, worth $280,000, would see new incubators or baby warmers provided to the pediatrics department at the CWM hospital.
Babies come in and they have some sickness. They need to be looked after, they need to be resuscitated and monitored over a certain period of time. Those incubators come in very handy for that. And so it allows our staff to be able to provide a better services as well as promote a better outcome for the babies that come in.
The new lab equipment would ensure quicker turnaround time for patients and put the Ministry of Health in a better position to accurately identify cases of typhoid, dengue fever and pneumococcal. Previously, specimens had to be sent offshore for testing, which was neither cost-effective nor efficient.
This is a significant change in the way they practice. It now allows, cuts down the processing time. It improves the turnaround time of the media that they need to prepare and then for the microbiology testing.
The aid also includes the refurbishment of the media preparation room, which is now up to international standard and is OHS compliant. This has been made possible through the Fiji Health Sector Support Program. Ellen Stahls, FBC News.
20 RFMF engineering personnel will be leaving for Rotuma tonight to finalise the construction of the island's hospital. The government has allocated $4.8 million for the project. Savara Tamboa has more.
The construction work will bring new changes to the health facility, and it is expected to boost medical services on the island.
The extension is going to include the main dining facility for the patients, including the new kitchen. The kitchen there is going to be it's going to be abolished, and then we're going to construct a new kitchen altogether, including the dining facilities.
The existing Rotuma Hospital was established in the late 80s by the RFMF engineers. Major Tataka says the engineers are expected to return to Suva to spend Christmas with their families. They will return to Rotuma later next month to complete the project.
It is the last project to be deployed in 2014. Yes, it's going to be concurrent. It's going to be the first project also for 2015 for our men from RFMF engineers to be deployed out to the rural area. Yeah.
Minister for Employment, Productivity and Industrial Relations, Chochi Konrote, is expected to lay the foundation for the new extension later this week. The government has made it a priority to improve infrastructure on Rotuma for the benefit of the islanders. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
Despite a low turnout at the Island Vibes concert over the weekend, the renowned reggae artists hope to return for another show. Akosita Tale has more.
Hundreds gathered at the Vodafone Arena on Sunday night to catch a glimpse of the reggae artist who graced the airwaves with their melodious tunes and beats. The small turnout did not deter the spirits of the talented George Fiji Veikoso and his musicians. The Common Kings rocked the stage with their new tunes.
Bar none, we love it here in Suva. The people are so generous, so kind, so friendly, and it's always nice to come back. We always hope to come back every year.
American R&B, rapper and hip-hop artist Jarrell Damont Houston, also known as J-Boog, is a first-time performer to Fiji and is pleased he came.
The people who showed up really did enjoy themselves, and we kind of fed off the energy that they gave us. And like, we had a really great time. And
Fiji's very own George Fiji Veikoso says that despite a busy schedule nearing the festive season, it's great to be back in the country to perform in front of his home crowd.
The vibe was wonderful. The people that showed up really loved the music, and those who were just new to the music were super committed because they know that we worked hard to bring them the best show possible.
Sammy Johnson, known as Sammy J, also performed for the first time in front of a Fijian audience.
I love just seeing people's excitement and the way that they join in, and you know, it's always cool coming back to the islands and back to our, Polynesians. It always holds a special spot in our hearts. So at least, it's just the best, I guess.
Samoan singer and songwriter Tanel Io Falemana, Samoan American rapper Drew Dizzy, DJ Osna and Hawaii's reggae movement, the Rain Band, were also part of the Island Vibes concerts. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
We turn to sports now. Here's Jamie with the latest.
Good evening in sports. After the break, junior chess players showcase skills at National Chess Championship and local football mentors complete OFC B license coaching course. This and more coming up.
Great words there from Lucky Dube and Babana. Hope you enjoyed that number. Different colors just for you. On Gold FM, only the classic hits. Louise with you on the Center Show. Well, thank you so much for the sweet company. This is Alana Miles, one of my favorites, and Black Velvet for you. Hi there. Join me on the Center Show every weekday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the best sounds on Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
Welcome back to FBC Sports. USA Sevens coach Mike Friday believes Fiji has so much talent that they can win every tournament final in the World Series. His comments came after the USA stunned Fiji 21-14 in the plate final of the South Africa Sevens tournament. However, the Englishman says his team also deserves credit for their display against the Fijians.
Yeah, real confidence. I mean, the Fiji talent pool is second to none. I mean, Fiji should be in cup finals every week. And, it's credit to our boys that we've not played the shirt, we've played the players that are in them. We've come out, we've played our game, and we've asserted ourselves on them and come out on top. But that's today. Tomorrow's another day, but we'll take it today. They've earned the right. They've earned their victory against Fiji, and we're very, very happy.
Teams will resume their battle in New Zealand for the Wellington Sevens title on February 6th and 7th. Junior chess players are showcasing their skills in the sports world at National Chess Championships currently underway in Suva. The youngsters want to match their senior players and prove they have what it takes to compete at the highest level. Chale Ndaudakadaka has more.
Cabrina Terubea is one of the most experienced junior chess players in the country. The Year 10 Lelin Memorial School student has participated in several international competitions such as the World Youth Championship and the Chess Olympiad. The experience is certainly paying off after she upset former national champion Manoj Kumar yesterday.
I think I can do well, and I think I can beat some good players, and that can be some lessons to the fellow youths.
For 9-year-old Radra Ravi, the competition has been an eye-opener, and he is itching to take on the top players in the country.
It's tough, but they're good, and sometimes I lose to them, but still I enjoy the game.
Over 40 players are competing in the week-long competition, which serves as a trial for major international and regional competitions next year. Talento Takatak, FBC Sports.
Cricket Fiji will showcase its young talent in the upcoming 2015 East Asia Pacific Under-19 Trophy competition. The sport has named an exciting 19-member squad in preparation for the tournament. Josephine Navula has the details.
Cricket Fiji is determined to change its fortune on the world stage and in particular in the age group level.
We've had a decent outcome in our national side, something we haven't had in a very long time, say 8 to 9 years now. That should build momentum moving forward.
Rika adds the tournament is also a perfect stage to expose the players to the highest level.
We've got a young squad, a lot of players that play a lot of club cricket, but fairly inexperienced on international level. But it's something we can work with, and we're looking forward to what they can bring out come Feb.
The final team was selected after a number of tough trials.
The game locally with our youth teams, so that's pretty much the main focus as to how we got our players part of this.
The 2015 ICC East Asia Pacific Under-19 Trophy competition will be held in New Zealand from February 25th to March 3rd. Josephine Navula, FBC Sports.
The Oceania Football Confederation B-licensed coaching course has ended in Suva today. The 2-week course, which included Fijian mentors amongst the 20 candidates, was aimed at bettering Oceania's leading coaches and their credentials. The B-license is the highest coaching qualification offered by the OFC at present, with 10 candidates successfully completing the first cycle held over 2012 and 13.
To come to the end of the 16-day course, it's really taught a lot of coaches, all of us, a lot of depth into football. In terms of leadership, our role as coaches, we've really gone deep into terms of how to manage players, individual players, and their long-term development.
We learned a lot of things about the game understanding and game model. So I think it will be very helpful for us to work with the under-17s as the base where we want to go. So it depends on how all the national teams are related to each other, and then which kind of players we want in the top level. So it's just development with these game models and training models which will help us to come to that level.
Former national reps Selen Lal and Yosefo Bosomboto were also part of the course. Everton has moved into the top half of the English Premier League points table. This as the side beat Queen's Park's Rangers 3-1 this morning. Here are the goals. And that was your sports for tonight. Good evening.
The Warwick Fiji Resort and Spa has launched a mobile app that will equip its guests with information during their stay at the resort. Named the Warwick Fiji e-Experience, the app includes information about the resort. Hotel's Regional General Manager South Pacific Dean Swagman says the new app will be a part of what the resort refers to as the comprehensive Warwick Fiji experience. The app will allow the hotel to engage with guests prior to their arrival and have their guests oriented with the main resort facilities and restaurants. Fine weather was experienced over most places today. A trough of low pressure lies slow moving over Tuvalu and extends eastwards over Tokelau, northern Cooks. Meanwhile, another trough lies slow moving over Cook Islands. It was another day of maximum temperatures reaching the 30s, bar hit 33 degrees. Forecast to midnight tomorrow for the Fiji group, brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, fine apart from possible afternoon or evening showers. Thursday's outlook, some showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, fine apart from afternoon or evening showers. The main points again. Fiji TV has announced major changes in its senior management with the departure of its CEO Tevito Ngonelevu and head of content Tanya Wanganika. The Parliamentary Public Accounts Committee will review reports from 2007 to 2009, scrutinised about 2 years ago by the previous committee. And 20 RFMF engineers will be leaving for Rotuma tonight to finalise the construction of the island's hospital. This week we're asking, in our poll question, has Christmas been over-commercialised? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's news for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye for now.